Hey, future nurses, and welcome back to Student Nurses Station.
It's great to be here.
I'm Nurse Don.
And I'm Nurse Jill.
We're from the University of California College of Nursing, and we are so glad you are here for another deep dive with us.
You know it.
Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, the drill.
Absolutely. And be sure to let us know in the comments what you want to hear about next.
Yeah, what do you want to learn more about? Let us know.
And as always, you can find those free downloadable nursing books in the description.
Yeah, that can be a huge help.
Super helpful. Make sure you check them out.
So you can listen while you're driving, doing laundry, whatever you do.
Multitasking.
Yeah, today we are taking a deep dive into what it really takes to be a nurse.
Right, because we get so many messages from listeners
Oh my gosh.
who are thinking about nursing as a career.
Makes sense.
And it's an awesome field, but we want to make sure you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to be using some really cool insights from experienced nurses, so...
Awesome. So let's kick things off by talking about what makes nursing such a popular choice.
You got it.
I mean, what makes people want to become nurses? Well, one thing that our sources really highlight is the emotional reward.
Right. You're literally on the front lines, making a difference in people's lives every single day.
Right. And it's not just a job.
It's a calling.
Yeah, you're really there for people at their, most vulnerable moments, and you're providing comfort and support.
It's really special.
And another cool thing is that nursing is so diverse.
Yes.
I mean, people used to think of hospitals.
Yeah, that's the classic image.
But you could be a travel nurse, work in a clinic, specialize in a certain area like pediatrics or, emergency care.
So many options.
The possibilities are endless.
And that variety is a huge plus, I think. You can find a niche that really lights you up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can find what you're truly passionate about.
So if you love working with kids, pediatrics might be for you.
Right, exactly.
If you thrive in those, high-pressure, fast-paced environments, maybe the ER is your calling.
There you go.
It's all about, finding that right fit for your personality and your strengths.
Absolutely.
And of course, job security and good salaries are always a plus.
Always got to think about that.
Right. It's important.
Absolutely. Our sources show that nurses are in high demand, and that's not changing anytime soon.
That's good to know.
Very good to know. So if you're looking for stability and a good income...
Nursing checks those boxes.
It really does.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the awesome things about nursing.
The perks.
But we want to give you a realistic picture.
Right, we don't want to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, let's get real for a second. One of our sources actually lists 11 reasons to become a nurse.
11.
I know, right? Some are pretty obvious, but others are a little more surprising.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Okay, so free education.
Okay, that's a good one.
Flexible schedules, a fast track into healthcare,
Nice.
an active workday.
Yeah, you're not just stuck at a desk all day.
All right, so let's dig into some of these a little bit more.
Let's do it.
Okay, free education. Wait, how does that even work?
I know it sounds too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
But because there's such a huge need for nurses, there are tons of scholarships and grants and other financial aid programs specifically for nursing students.
Wow, that's incredible.
It can be a game changer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you can really reduce that student loan burden, which is huge.
Absolutely. Another perk I was interested in was flexible schedules.
Yeah, that's a big one.
What does that actually mean for work-life balance?
Right, because we all know nurses work all sorts of crazy hours.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of nurses work 12-hour shifts.
Okay.
So you might only work like 3 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Which is awesome if you want, longer chunks of time off.
That makes sense.
Of course, traditional schedules are out there too, especially if you work in like outpatient settings or something.
Okay, so you do have options.
Definitely.
That's good to know. And then one more thing I wanted to mention from this list was the fast track into healthcare.
Yeah, 2 years and you're in.
I mean, you can get your associate's degree in just 2 years.
It's amazing.
And then jump right in.
Compared to some other healthcare professions, that is a super quick route.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And while a bachelor's degree is going to open up more doors down the line,
Right.
It's great to have that faster entry point.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So we've talked about all the amazing things nursing has to offer.
All the perks.
But let's get real.
Let's do it.
What does it actually take to succeed in this field?
Right, because acing those anatomy quizzes is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Our sources really emphasize the importance of skills that go beyond textbooks.
Like what?
Like confidence, critical thinking, and really building relationships with your patients.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So confidence is huge E.
Okay.
As a nurse, you have to trust your gut and make decisions quickly, even in the middle of chaos.
Easier said than done, I bet.
It definitely takes practice.
Yeah.
I remember one night in the ER,
Oh, story time. I love a good ER story.
this patient came in with really bad chest pain,
Okay.
and I was still pretty new, but something just felt off, even though the initial tests looked normal.
Oh, no.
I know, right? So I advocated for more tests.
Good for you.
Thanks. It turned out the patient was having a silent heart attack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if I hadn't spoken up, things could have gone really bad.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that experience really taught me to trust my instincts and be confident in my abilities, even when you're just starting out.
That's an amazing story.
Right.
And such a perfect example of like the critical thinking and quick decision making
Exactly.
that nurses need to have.
Sometimes those gut feelings are lifesavers.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got confidence, critical thinking. What else?
Well, confidence goes hand in hand with another really important skill, which is relationship-based care.
So it's more than just that classic bedside manner.
Way more. It's about really connecting with your patients,
Yeah.
creating a space where they feel heard, understood, and respected.
How do you do that?
Well, it takes a lot of things.
Okay. Clear communication, active listening, building a genuine rapport no matter who walks through that door.
I imagine that can be pretty challenging, especially when you're dealing with people from all walks of life, facing all sorts of different health issues.
It is. It takes practice and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone.
For sure.
But when you get it right,
When you make that connection,
Huh.
it can make all the difference in the world for both you and the patient.
I can see that. So we've got confidence, critical thinking, relationship building. What other skills are essential for aspiring nurses?
Okay, well, here's one you might not expect: leadership.
Leadership, I wouldn't have necessarily thought of nursing as a leadership role.
It's not always obvious, but nurses are leaders every single day right there at the bedside.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. You're coordinating care, delegating tasks, advocating for your patients, making decisions that directly impact their well-being.
I guess I never thought about it like that.
Those are all qualities of a strong leader.
So it's like nurses are running these mini businesses in a way.
That's a great way to put it. You're managing all these moving parts to make sure your patients get the best care possible.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
And that brings us to another essential skill: resourcefulness.
Resourcefulness.
Okay.
What's that all about?
Picture this. It's 3 a.m., you're short-staffed, a critical situation pops up.
Oh boy.
You need a specific piece of equipment, but it's nowhere to be found.
What do?
You panic, just kidding. You tap into your inner MacGyver.
Okay.
You improvise, you think outside the box and find a creative solution with whatever you have on hand.
Wow.
Nurses are masters of resourcefulness
I bet.
because things rarely go exactly according to plan in this field.
Yeah, no kidding. So it's all about being adaptable, thinking on your feet. No 2 days are the same.
You got it.
That makes sense. And that adaptability is closely linked to another key skill, problem solving.
Right.
But isn't that kind of implied in everything we've already talked about?
It is, but it's important to highlight it specifically. Every patient is a unique puzzle
I like that.
with their own medical history, their symptoms, their needs. Nurses are constantly assessing, analyzing, figuring out the best course of action,
Wow.
often with limited information and under a lot of pressure.
So nursing is kind of like detective work,
I like that analogy.
but instead of solving crimes, you're solving health issues.
Exactly. You're gathering clues, connecting the dots, using your knowledge and experience to figure out what's going on and how to help.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground when it comes to skills, but what about the personal qualities?
The soft skills.
Yeah, what about the qualities that make someone a truly exceptional nurse?
What makes someone thrive in this field?
What kind of person are we talking about?
Yeah, what kind of person really shines in this demanding but incredibly rewarding profession?
Yeah.
Right, it's not just about skills, is it?
Yeah, you can know everything in the textbook,
Uh-huh.
but if you don't have the right temperament,
The right personality.
yeah, you're not going to thrive in this job.
Yeah, absolutely. One quality that shines through in all of our sources is empathy.
Empathy. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but how does that actually play out in the life of a nurse?
Well, you're walking into patients' most vulnerable moments, you know?
Right.
Dealing with pain, fear, uncertainty,
Heavy stuff.
and you need that ability to really understand what they're going through.
To see things from their perspective.
Not just physically, but emotionally too.
So it's about seeing the person behind the illness.
Exactly, the human story.
Behind the medical chart.
And empathy goes hand in hand with another crucial quality: compassion. Okay, so what's the difference between empathy and compassion?
They're definitely related, but there's a subtle distinction.
Okay.
Empathy is about understanding someone's feelings,
Uh-huh.
while compassion is about taking action to alleviate their suffering.
I see.
It's about going that extra mile to provide comfort, support, a listening ear.
So empathy is about connecting,
Yes.
and compassion is about acting on that connection to make a difference. You got it. And when you combine empathy and compassion with a healthy dose of resilience,
Okay, resilience.
you've got a recipe for a remarkable nurse.
We hear that word a lot these days, resilience. What does it actually mean in the context of nursing?
Well, nursing can be tough.
For sure.
You're dealing with, life and death situations, emotional roller coasters.
Yeah, long hours, sometimes difficult colleagues.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So resilience is that inner strength that allows you to bounce back from setbacks, to cope with stress and adversity.
To keep going even when things get really hard.
Exactly. It's
Do
like a
you-
superpower for nurses.
It really is. And here's another quality that might surprise you, a sense of humor.
Yeah,
Humor, really. I mean, healthcare is serious business.
it is. But a little laughter can go a long way.
I guess so.
A well-placed joke can diffuse tension, lighten the mood, and even help patients cope with tough situations.
That's true.
Of course, it has to be appropriate,
Right.
sensitive,
Yeah.
but a good sense of humor can be an invaluable asset in this field.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're talking about empathy, compassion, resilience, a touch of humor. Anything else?
Yeah, one thing that often gets overlooked is intuition.
Intuition, that gut feeling.
Yeah, that something isn't right, even if you can't quite put your finger on it.
Like in your ER story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just knew something was off with that patient,
Okay.
even though the initial tests looked okay.
Nurses are constantly observing, assessing, picking up on subtle cues.
All the time.
And sometimes that intuition can be life-saving.
It really can be.
Mm.
So it's important to trust those instincts, even when you're new and might feel a little unsure of yourself.
Yeah, don't ignore that inner voice.
Exactly. Honing that intuition takes time and experience, but it's one of the most valuable tools a nurse can have.
Wow, this deep dive has been so insightful.
It really has.
We've gone beyond the surface and explored what it really means to be a nurse.
I think so too. We've talked about the heart and soul of the profession.
So for everyone listening out there, does nursing still sound like the dream career for you?
We hope so.
If it does, remember, it's not just about the skills and the exams.
It's about more than that.
Yeah, it's about cultivating these essential qualities
The inner strengths.
that will guide you through the challenges and allow you to truly thrive as a nurse.
And remember, nursing is a journey of lifelong learning and growth.
Absolutely.
There's always something new to discover, a new challenge, to embrace a new way to make a difference.
Before we sign off, don't forget to check out those free nursing books we mentioned.
Yeah, they're super helpful.
The link is in the description.
Definitely check them out.
And please share your thoughts and questions in the comments.
We love hearing from you.
We do. We want to know what you think.
Tell us about your nursing journey.
What are you excited about? What are you worried about? Let us know.
Yeah.
So we've talked about all these amazing qualities of a successful nurse, but what do you think is the most crucial trait
What stands out to you?
and why? Let us know in the comments.
Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and stay committed to becoming the best nurses you can be.
See you on the next deep dive.
Yeah, it's about more than that.
Yeah, it's about cultivating these essential qualities.
Inner strength.
Yeah, that'll guide you through the challenges and allow you to truly thrive as a nurse.
And remember, nursing is a journey of lifelong learning and growth.
Absolutely.
There's always something new to discover, a new challenge, to embrace a new way to make a difference.
Before we sign off, don't forget to check out those free nursing books we mentioned.
Yeah, they're super helpful.
The link is in the description.
Definitely check them out.
And please share your thoughts and questions in the comments.
We love hearing from you.
We do. We
And-
want to know what you think.
Tell us about your nursing journey.
What are you excited about? What are you worried about? Let us know.
Yeah.
So we've talked about all these amazing qualities of a successful nurse, but what do you think is the most crucial trait
What stands out to you?
and why? Let us know in the comments.
Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and stay committed to becoming the best nurses you can be.
See you on the next deep dive.